I signed away my dignity for $10,000 a month. That's what it cost to play wife to a man I'd never met. Smile at his business dinners, wear his ring, sleep in his guest room, pretend we were madly in love while he ran a criminal empire across 3 countries. My name is Simone. I'm 37, and 6 months ago, I was serving coffee at a diner in Chicago, drowning in my mother's medical bills, when he walked in and changed everything. Kim Tae-hyun, Korean, 42. Gorgeous in that dangerous way that screams run. He didn't order food, just sat in my section for 2 hours watching me work. When I finally brought his check, there was a business card underneath. Need a job? Call me. KTH. I almost threw it away. Should have. But my mom's hospice care was $15,000 a month. I was 3 months behind. Desperate makes you stupid. I called. Can you act? He asked. No hello, no small talk. Act like what? Like you're in love with me, like you're my wife, like you chose this life. I don't understand. I need a wife for appearances. My business associates expect stability. Family? The American dream. His accent was slight but present. You need money. I checked. You're drowning in debt. The invasion of privacy should have made me hang up. Instead, I asked, how much? $10,000 a month, plus all expenses. Medical bills paid off immediately. Your mother gets the best care available. What's the catch? You live with me, attend events, convince everyone we're real. No questions about my business, no falling in love, no complications. That's insane. That's the offer. You have 24 hours to decide. He hung up. I sat in my car outside the hospice, looking at my phone, at the debt, at my mother dying because I couldn't afford better treatment. 24 hours later, I moved into his penthouse. The contract was 30 pages, lawyers, NDAs, clauses about public behavior and private boundaries. I got my own bedroom, my own bathroom, a clothing allowance that made me dizzy. We sleep separately, Tae-hyun explained during the walkthrough. You attend dinners twice a week, charity events monthly, family gatherings as needed. Otherwise, your time is yours. And if people ask how we met, tell them the truth. I came to your diner, fell in love at first sight, swept you off your feet. Americans love that romantic nonsense. Do you always talk about romance like it's a disease? He almost smiled. In my world, it is. The first month was weird. I'd wake up in luxury, eat breakfast alone, spend days exploring Chicago on his credit card. Then twice a week, I'd put on designer clothes and play devoted wife. I was good at it. Too good. The second month, things shifted. Tae-hyun started staying home more. We'd have coffee together. He'd ask about my day. I'd ask about his, carefully, without crossing the no questions about business line. You're different than I expected, he said one morning. How so? I thought you'd be uncomfortable, awkward, but you wear this life like you were born to it. I'm a good actress. Or maybe you're just tired of being invisible. The observation cut deep. He was right. For 37 years, I'd been background noise, the waitress, the daughter, the broke woman struggling to survive. Here, people saw me, feared me a little, respected the ring on my finger. It was intoxicating. The third month, his mother visited from Seoul. She hated me on sight. My son married black woman, she said in broken English. This is shame. This is wrong. Mother, Taehyun started. You embarrass family. You bring this woman to disgrace our name. I should have been hurt, should have cried. Instead, I smiled. Cold, controlled. Mrs. Kim, your son chose me, not for my race, not for my background, for who I am. If you can't respect that, you're welcome to leave. Silent. Shock. Even Taehyun looked surprised. His mother left the next day. Before she went, she pulled me aside. You have fire. I respect fire. She studied my face. But fire burns. Be careful you don't burn my son. I'm not the one you should worry about. She almost smiled. Maybe I was wrong. Maybe you are strong enough for this family. After she left, Taehyun poured whiskey. No one's ever stood up to her like that. Should I apologize? God, no. It was beautiful. He handed me a glass. Thank you for playing the part so well. Who says I'm playing? The words hung between us. Dangerous. Loaded. Crossing lines we'd drawn. His phone rang. Saved us both. He answered in Korean. His face went hard. When he hung up, everything had changed. Pack a bag. We're going to Seoul tonight. Why? What happened? My wife just showed up at my parents' house. My blood froze. Your what? My actual wife, the one I married 10 years ago in Korea. The one who left me 5 years ago and disappeared. He drained his whiskey. She's back. And she's pregnant. Before I tell you what happened next, let me ask you this. Have you ever discovered your whole life was built on someone else's lie? That the role you were playing wasn't just fake, but actively destroying someone else's real life? If you've ever been the other woman without knowing it, you'll understand this rage. Hit subscribe, not for me, but because what comes next will show you how far people will go to protect their lies. And you need to see how this ends. Her name was Han Yuna. She was sitting in Taehyun's parents' living room when we arrived. 8 months pregnant. Beautiful in that effortless Korean way. Crying into his mother's shoulder like she belonged there. Which I realized with sickening clarity, she did. I was the imposter. Taehyun! She stood when she saw him. Rushed over, stopped when she saw me. Who is this? This is Simone, he hesitated. First time ever. My associate. Associate, not wife. The demotion was instant. I'm his wife, I said anyway, held up my ring. We married 6 months ago. Yuna's face crumpled. That's impossible. We're still married. I never signed divorce papers. You disappeared 5 years ago. Taehyun's voice was hard. Left a note saying you couldn't do this anymore. Vanished completely. What was I supposed to think? That I needed time? That I was struggling? Not that you'd replace me. She touched her stomach. I came back because you deserve to know. This is your baby. The room spun. That's impossible, Taehyun said. We haven't seen each other in 5 years. 6 months ago, Tokyo, the business conference. You were drunk. I was there. She looked at me. I'm sorry you're caught in this, but he's my husband. This is his child. You're the mistake here. I looked at Taehyun, waiting for him to deny it, to defend me, to do something. He said nothing. His mother stood. This girl leaves. Now. Yuna stays. You fix this mess you created. Mother, no, you embarrass this family enough. You bring fake wife when real wife carries your grandchild? You fix this. I grabbed my purse, headed for the door. Simone, wait, Tae-hyun started. Just don't. I looked at him, really looked. Was Tokyo real? Did you sleep with her 6 months ago? I was drunk. I don't remember. That's not a no. It was before you. Before you hired me to play pretend? Yeah, I know. That's all this ever was. I pulled off the ring, threw it at him. Contract's void. I'm done. I walked out. Made it to the street before I started shaking. Before the reality hit that I'd left my mother's medical care, my apartment, my entire life for a lie. I had nothing. No job, no home, no plan. My phone rang. Unknown number. Mrs. Simone, this is Attorney Park. I represent Mrs. Han Yuna. She'd like to meet with you, privately. Tomorrow? She has a proposition. Tell her to go to hell. She's willing to pay you, substantially, for information about my client's business operations. I stopped walking. What kind of information? The kind that could put him in prison, where he belongs, for what he did to her, to you, to all of us. A pause. She's not the victim she's pretending to be, Miss Simone, and neither is he. They're both players in a very dangerous game. The question is, do you want to be a pawn, or do you want to burn the whole board? I should have hung up, should have walked away from all of it. Where and when? The meeting was at a cafe. Yuna showed up alone. No baby bump. You're not pregnant, I said immediately. She smiled. Pulled up her shirt, fake belly, professional quality. Sit down, let me tell you what's really going on, and why we're going to destroy Tae-hyun together. The fake pregnancy belly sat on the table between us like evidence at a murder trial. Yuna sipped her coffee. Calm, controlled, nothing like the crying woman from yesterday. Let me guess, I said. You're not his abandoned wife either. Oh, I am. That part was true. We married 10 years ago. Arranged marriage between families. I did leave 5 years ago. She smiled. But not because I was weak, because I was smart. Smart how? I took $50 million from his accounts, fake documents, shell corporations, moved it all to banks he'd never find. Then I disappeared to build my own empire. She leaned forward. Tae-hyun thinks he's powerful, but he's sloppy, emotional, weak. I'm none of those things. Then why come back? Because he's getting too comfortable, too confident, and comfortable men make mistakes. I need him off balance, vulnerable. That's where you come in. I'm not helping you. You already did, by being his fake wife, by making him feel something, by making him human again. She pulled out a folder. This is everything I have on his operations. Money laundering, weapons trafficking, 3 murders, all documented, all provable. I opened it, saw photos, dates, transfers, bodies. Why show me this? Because you're angry. I saw it yesterday. The way you looked at him when he wouldn't defend you. The way you threw that ring. She pushed the folder closer. I'm offering you revenge and money. $200,000 cash today just for information. What information? His safe, where he keeps the physical records, passwords, account numbers. The evidence even I couldn't get because he never trusted me enough. He doesn't trust me either. Yes, he does. You stood up to his mother. You played the perfect wife. You made him believe in something he thought was impossible. Yuna's smile was cold. Love, or the idea of it. That's his weakness now. You. This is insane. This is justice. He used you, lied to you, made you complicit in his crimes. Don't you want him to pay? I thought about my mother, about the medical bills he'd paid, about 6 months of living a lie. What happens after, when you have the evidence? I give it to federal authorities, anonymously. They arrest him, seize his assets. His empire crumbles, and we both disappear. Rich, free, victorious. You've been planning this for 5 years. Longer. Since the day he forced me into that marriage. Since his family treated me like property. Since I realized the only way out was through. She pulled out an envelope. 200,000. Count it. It's yours whether you help or not. Call it compensation for what he put you through. I opened the envelope. Real cash, real money, real escape. Why give me this if I might not help? Because unlike Taehyun, I pay my debts. You suffered because of my plan. You deserve compensation. She stood. But if you want revenge too, if you want to watch him lose everything the way you lost everything yesterday, help me get the information. Burn him down. When? He's flying back to Chicago tomorrow. You have 72 hours before he realizes the pregnancy was fake, before he starts asking questions, before he locks everything down. She handed me a phone. Call me when you have something. Or don't. Your choice. Either way, that money is yours. She left. I sat there with $200,000 and a decision that would change everything. My phone rang. Taehyun. Simone, please. Let me explain. Explain what? That you slept with your wife 6 months ago, then hired me to replace her? That you lied about being divorced? That everything was fake? Not everything. These past months, they were real, what we built. We didn't build anything. I played a role. You paid me. That's all this was. That's not true. Then tell me the truth about Tokyo, about Yuna, about everything. Silence. Long enough to be damning. I can't. Then we're done. Lose my number. I hung up. Looked at Yuna's phone. At the money. At the choice. Revenge or walk away. Burn him or let it go. I made my decision. I called her back. I'm in. Tell me what you need. Taehyun came to my hotel room at midnight. I had texted him, said I was ready to talk, that I wanted to understand. He showed up in 20 minutes, desperate and disheveled. Thank you for seeing me, he said. Come in. He sat on the edge of the bed, ran his hands through his hair. Yuna lied. About the pregnancy. About Tokyo. About everything. How do you know? I had my people investigate. The pregnancy is fake. She was never in Tokyo 6 months ago. She showed up to destabilize me, to get leverage. He looked at me. She's trying to destroy me, and she's using you to do it. My heart hammered. He knew. How much did he know? Why would she use me? Because you're angry. You have access. You know things about my life she never learned. He took my hand. Has she contacted you? Offered you money? Asked you to help her? I could lie. should lie. But Yuna's phone was recording. Everything he said was evidence. Yes, this afternoon. She offered me $200,000 for information. His face went hard. Did you take it? The money? Yes. The information? I'm here, aren't I? Talking to you instead of her. He exhaled. Thank God. You thought I'd betray you? After everything? You have every right to. I lied. I hurt you. He stopped. I fell in love with you. That wasn't supposed to happen, but it did. The words hit like bullets. Don't. Don't what? Tell you the truth? I love you, Simone. Not the contract, not the arrangement. You, the woman who stood up to my mother, who made me laugh, who made me want to be better than what I am. You're a criminal? I know, but I could change. For you. Leave this life. Start over. Take the money we have and disappear. Just us. It was everything I'd fantasized about during those 6 months. The fairy tale ending, the escape, the love. But Yuna's voice echoed in my head. Comfortable men make mistakes. Prove it, I said. Prove what? That you love me, that you trust me. Show me the safe. Show me everything. No more secrets. If we're doing this, if we're running away together, I need to know the truth. He hesitated. That's dangerous information. Then you don't trust me. And if you don't trust me, how can I trust you? I stood. I'm taking Yuna's money and disappearing. Good luck with your war. Wait. He grabbed my arm. Okay. I'll show you. Everything. Tonight. At the penthouse. Just promise me you won't. Won't what? Betray you? That's rich coming from the man who lied about having a wife. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. But please, give me one chance to make this right. I let him see my hesitation, my conflict, my desire to believe him. One chance, tonight. You show me everything. Then I decide if I'm staying or going. Deal. We went to the penthouse, the place I'd lived for 6 months. Everything looked the same, felt different. Taehyun led me to his office, moved a painting, revealed a safe behind it. The code is your birthday, he said quietly. I changed it 3 months ago when I realized I'd fallen for you. He entered the numbers. The safe opened. Inside was everything Yuna wanted. Documents, hard drives, physical evidence of every crime, years of operation laid bare. This is my life, Taehyun said. Everything I've built, everything I've done, I'm showing you because I trust you, because I love you, because I want us to have a future. I looked at him, really looked, saw the vulnerability, the hope, the desperate need to be loved despite being unlovable. And I felt nothing. Thank you, I said, for trusting me. He pulled me close, kissed me. We'll leave tomorrow, start over, somewhere warm, somewhere safe, just us. Somewhere warm sounds perfect. I kissed him back, let him believe I was his, let him think he'd won. That night, while he slept, I photographed everything in the safe. Every document, every hard drive, every piece of evidence. Sent it all to Yuna's phone. Then I packed my bags, took the $200,000, left my key card on the counter, and walked out of Taehyun's life forever. My phone buzzed at 6 a.m. Yuna. Perfect. Meet me at the airport. Private terminal. We finished this together. I should have felt guilty. Should have felt something for the man who claimed to love me. But all I felt was power. You know what nobody tells you about revenge? How good it feels. How addictive. How easy it is to justify when someone's hurt you. If you've ever wanted to destroy someone who destroyed you first, you understand this. Subscribe now. Because what happens next, when Taehyun realizes he's been played, is going to show you exactly how dangerous love becomes when it turns to hate. Don't miss this. The private jet was already running when I arrived at the terminal. Yuna stood at the stairs, designer suit, champagne in hand, looking like victory personified. "Did you get it?" she asked. I held up the USB drive. Everything. Documents, account numbers, passwords. Enough to bury him for life. She took it, examined it, smiled. Perfect. The FBI will have this by noon. Taehyun will be in custody by dinner. And my money? Already wired. Check your account. 500,000, not the 200 I promised. 5, because you exceeded expectations. I checked. Real. Actually there. More money than I'd ever seen in my life. Why the extra? Because you're good at this. Better than I expected. And I have another job for you. If you're interested. What kind of job? The kind that pays $1 million and destroys another man who deserves it. She gestured to the plane. Come to Seoul with me. I'll explain everything. Or take your money and disappear. Your choice. I should have walked away. Should have taken the money and run. Should have stopped before I became something I didn't recognize. But the power was intoxicating. The revenge was addictive. And I was tired of being the victim. What's the job? Yuna's smile widened. Taehyun has a brother. Older, smarter, more dangerous. He runs the Seoul operation. Makes Taehyun look like an amateur. And you want me to do what? Seduce him? Get his secrets? No. I want you to destroy his wife. She's the real power. He's just the face. She pulled out a photo. Korean woman, beautiful, cold eyes. Her name is Park Ji-won. She's been laundering money through charity organizations for 15 years. Untouchable. Perfect. Everyone loves her. What's she to you? My sister, half-sister, same father, different mothers. She got everything. I got nothing. Now I'm taking it all back. The family drama was deeper than I thought. More complicated. More dangerous. Why me? Because you're American. Black. No connection to our world. No one will see you coming. You can get close to her charity work. Volunteer. Gain her trust. Document everything. Then we burn her organization to the ground. That's going to take months. I'll pay you 100,000 a month, plus the $1 million when it's done. 2 years maximum. Then you walk away. Rich, free, set for life. 2 years, 24 months. $2,400,000 total. Enough to never worry about money again. Enough to build any life I wanted. What about Taehyun? When he gets arrested, won't he tell people about me? He doesn't know you betrayed him yet. By the time he figures it out, you'll be in Seoul under a different name, different identity. He'll never find you. You've thought of everything. I've had 5 years to plan. I don't leave loose ends. I looked at the jet, at the life it represented, at the choice. Walk away with 500,000, or go deeper. Become what they made me, a weapon. I'm in, but I want a guarantee. If anything happens to me, If your sister figures it out, you get protection, new identity, extraction. I don't abandon my assets. Assets. Not people, not partners. Assets. When do we leave? Now. We flew to Seoul that afternoon. Yuna briefed me during the flight. Jiwon's charity helped orphans, ran schools, built hospitals, all funded by dirty money that needed cleaning. She's a saint on paper, a criminal in reality. But no one questions her because she does actual good. The schools work. The hospitals save lives. She's the perfect cover. So we expose her and what? Thousands of kids lose their education. Sick people lose their hospital. We expose her, and someone clean takes over. Someone who actually cares. Not someone using charity as a tax shelter and a front. Yuna's eyes were hard. Don't get soft on me now, Simone. These people aren't victims. They're predators in disguise. She was right. But something felt wrong, like I was crossing a line I couldn't uncross. We landed in Seoul at midnight. Yuna had an apartment ready, new passport, new identity. Your name is Sarah Mitchell. You're from Atlanta. Moved to Seoul to volunteer after your mother died. You're looking for purpose. Meaning. Jiwon will eat that up. When do I start? Tomorrow. Her charity has a volunteer orientation. You're already registered. Show up. Be perfect. Be broken. Be exactly what she looks for. That night I couldn't sleep. I checked my phone. 17 missed calls from Taehyun. 23 texts. The last one said, I know what you did. I know what you took. And I'm coming for you. My blood ran cold. He knows, I told Yuna. She didn't look concerned. He's bluffing. Even if he suspects, he can't prove anything. And by tomorrow, he'll have bigger problems, like federal agents raiding his properties. What if he comes to Seoul? Then he's in my territory, my rules. He won't touch you, I promise. But promises from people like Yuna meant nothing. I was learning that. The next morning I went to the orientation. Jiwon was there, elegant, warm, everything Yuna wasn't. She shook my hand. Sarah, welcome. We're so glad to have you. Yuna tells me you're passionate about helping children. I froze. You know Yuna? Of course. She's my sister. She recommended you personally, said you were exactly what we needed. The trap closed around me. I was already compromised, already caught between two sisters using me for their war. I didn't realize you were related. Half-sisters, complicated family, but I don't hold grudges. If Yuna trusts you, I trust you. She smiled. Come, let me show you what we do here, what you'll be part of. I followed her through the facility, saw real children, real teachers, real good being done. And I realized Yuna had lied. This wasn't just a front, this was real. Jiwon was actually helping people. That night I confronted Yuna. You said it was all fake, all a cover, but it's real. Those kids are really being helped. So what? Jiwon is still a criminal, still laundering money, still breaking laws. The good doesn't erase the bad. But destroying her destroys the charity. Those kids lose everything. Collateral damage. It happens. Get over it or get out. I looked at her. Really looked. Saw what she was. Not a victim getting justice. A monster creating more victims. I'm out. Excuse me? I said I'm out. I'm not destroying something good just because you hate your sister. Find someone else. Yuna's face went cold. You already took the money? You're already involved. You can't just walk away. Watch me. I headed for the door. She grabbed my arm. If you leave, I'll tell Jiwon everything. That you were sent to spy on her. That you're working with me. She'll destroy you. Then do it. At least I'll sleep at night. You think you're better than me? You betrayed Taehyun, stole his secrets, took his money. You're exactly like me. You just don't want to admit it. The words hit hard, because she was right. I was exactly like her. I'd become the thing I'd sworn I'd never be. A monster. Sometimes the person you become to survive is worse than the person who hurt you first. If you've ever looked in the mirror and didn't recognize yourself, if you've ever crossed lines you thought you'd never cross, you know this horror. Subscribe, because what Simone does next will determine if she's truly lost or if there's still something worth saving, and you need to see which path she chooses. I walked out of Yuna's apartment with nothing but my passport and my guilt. The $500,000 was in an account I couldn't access without her codes. The new identity was useless without her protection. I was alone in soul with no money, no plan, and two powerful families that now wanted me dead. Smart, Simone. Real smart. I found a cheap hostel in Itaewon, paid cash for 3 nights, sat on the bed, and tried to figure out my next move. My phone rang. Unknown number. Korean area code. Hello? Ms. Mitchell. Or should I call you Simone? Jiwon's voice. Calm. Controlled. We need to talk. About my sister. About what she hired you to do. About the danger you're in. How did you get this number? Know your real name? Please. I've known about you since you landed. I know everything Yuna does. We've been playing this game for 20 years. Then why let me into your charity? Because I wanted to meet you. Understand what kind of woman betrays a man who loved her. What kind of woman works for my sister. A pause. And because I wanted to offer you a better deal. I'm done making deals. This isn't a deal. It's survival. Taehyun landed in Seoul 2 hours ago. He knows you're here. He knows you betrayed him. And he's not coming to talk. My stomach dropped. How do you know? Because his brother is my husband. And he called to warn me. Said Taehyun is out for blood. Yours, specifically. Your husband is... The pieces clicked. You married into the family. That's why Yuna hates you. You got the life she wanted. Close. I got the power she wanted. The life was just packaging. Jiwon's voice hardened. Meet me. 1 hour. The cafe across from my charity. Come alone. Or don't come at all. But know this. Taehyun will find you either way. Your only question is whether you want help when he does. She hung up. I had an hour to decide. Trust another criminal. Or run and hope I was faster than a man with unlimited resources and a vendetta. I went to the cafe. Jiwon was already there. Expensive handbag, kind smile, everything Yuna wasn't. Thank you for coming. You didn't leave me much choice. True, but you still came. That shows intelligence. She ordered tea. Let me tell you what's really happening. Then you can decide who to trust. I don't trust anyone anymore. Smart. Trust gets you killed in our world. But information keeps you breathing. She pulled out a folder. Yuna didn't steal $50 million from Taehyun. She stole it from the family vault. Money that belonged to everyone, including my husband, including their father. So she's not the wronged wife seeking justice. She's a thief who's been living off stolen money for 5 years. Everything she told you was a lie, designed to manipulate you into helping her settle old grudges. I opened the folder, saw bank transfers, dates that didn't match Yuna's story, evidence of something bigger. Why tell me this? Because Yuna is using you to get to me, to destroy my charity, to hurt my husband, to tear this family apart. And when she's done, she'll dispose of you, just like she's disposed of everyone else who helped her. You have proof of that? Jiwon pulled out photos. 3 women, all different races, all around my age. Bangkok, 2 years ago. Yuna hired her to infiltrate a rival organization. The woman succeeded, got the information. Yuna paid her, then had her killed in a staged robbery. Another photo. Manila, last year. Same pattern. Hired, used, paid, eliminated. The 3rd photo. Tokyo, 6 months ago. This one got smart, tried to blackmail Yuna, disappeared completely. Body was never found. I felt sick. I'm next. You're next, unless you help me stop her first. How? Give me the evidence you stole from Taehyun, not to protect him. He deserves prison, but to control when and how it's released. To leverage Yuna. To force her to leave Seoul. To save your life. And what do I get? Protection. A real new identity. Safe passage out of Korea. And $50,000 to start over. Not millions, but enough. And you'll be alive to spend it. Why not just kill Yuna yourself? Because she's my sister. And despite everything, I don't want her dead. I want her gone. There's a difference. I studied Jiwon's face. Saw the same calculation, the same control, the same manipulation. 2 sisters, same poison, different delivery. What about Taehyun? He's here. He's coming for me. Let him come. I'll handle my brother-in-law. You just need to decide, do you want to live? Or do you want to keep playing Yuna's game until she kills you? My phone buzzed. Text from Yuna. Where are you? We need to talk. Now. Another text. Taehyun. I'm at your hostel. The owner told me which room. I'm giving you 10 minutes to come down, or I'm coming up. Your choice. The walls were closing in. I'll give you the evidence, I told Jiwon. All of it, on one condition. Name it. You get me out of Korea tonight, before either of them finds me, and you make sure they never can. Done. Give me the USB drive. I pulled it from my bag. The evidence that could destroy Taehyun, that Yuna wanted, that everyone was willing to kill for. This is everything? Everything. Jiwon took it, examined it, nodded. My driver is outside. He'll take you to a safe house. Pack nothing. Bring nothing. Just go. I'll handle the rest. What are you going to do? What I do best. Protect my family. Even the parts that don't deserve it. I stood. Started to leave. Stopped. Why help me? Really? Jiwon smiled sadly. Because 20 years ago, I was you. Young, desperate. Used by people more powerful than me. Someone gave me a chance to escape. I'm paying that forward. Who helped you? Taehyun and Yuna's mother. Before she died, she saw what her children were becoming. Tried to save who she could. Jiwon's eyes were distant. She failed with them. Maybe I can succeed with you. I left through the back exit, got in the car, watched Seoul disappear through tinted windows. My phone exploded with calls. Yuna, Taehyun, Yuna again, Taehyun again. I turned it off, threw it out the window. Whatever happened next, I was done being anyone's weapon. I was taking back my life, even if it meant losing everything else. The safe house was a traditional Korean home on the outskirts of Seoul. Beautiful, isolated, surrounded by walls high enough to keep the world out. Or keep me in. Jiwon's driver left me with a burner phone, cash, and instructions. Stay inside. Don't contact anyone. Mrs. Park will come tomorrow with your new documents. Then I was alone. I should have felt safe. Instead, I felt trapped. Again, different cage, different captor, same helplessness. The house was stocked with food, clothes in my size, everything I'd need for a long stay. Too convenient, too prepared, like Jiwon had been planning this for weeks. I found a laptop in the bedroom, no password, already logged into a secure browser. Mistake or test, I couldn't tell anymore. I searched my own name, found nothing recent, then searched Taehyun's name. The news hit me like a truck. Chicago businessman Kim Taehyun found dead in Seoul Hotel. Apparent suicide. Dead. Taehyun was dead. The article said he'd hung himself. Left no note. Authorities were investigating, but suspected depression after recent business failures. Business failures. Code for the FBI raids that happened after I gave Yuna his evidence. I'd killed him, not directly. But my betrayal had set everything in motion. The raids, the collapse, the desperation that led him to Seoul, to me, to death. I ran to the bathroom, threw up everything in my stomach, kept heaving until there was nothing left but guilt. My burner phone rang. Jiwon. You saw the news? You killed him? I did no such thing. He killed himself. Weak men do that when their empires crumble. You're lying. You had him killed because he was looking for me. Think, Simone, why would I kill him? He was leverage against Yuna, proof that her plans destroy everyone they touch. Dead, he's a martyr. Alive and broken, he was a weapon. She was right. Killing Taehyun didn't benefit her. Then who? Who do you think? Who benefits most from Taehyun dead? Who needed him silent before he could expose her? Yuna. It was always Yuna. She killed her own husband. Ex-husband. And yes, she's killed before. She'll kill again, which is why you're staying hidden until I can get you out safely. When? 3 days. I need time to arrange the documents. Create a trail that leads nowhere. Make sure Yuna believes you're already gone. What if she figures it out? She won't. As far as she knows, you ran the moment Taehyun showed up. You could be anywhere. Thailand, Japan, back to America. She'll search for weeks before giving up. And your husband? Does he know I'm here? Silent. Too long. He knows you exist, not where you are. I've kept you separate from family business. Why? Because my husband is a good man trapped in a bad family. He doesn't need more blood on his conscience. And you don't need more people knowing your location. You're protecting him. From me. From the truth. I'm protecting everyone. That's what I do. That's how I've survived 20 years in this world. Jiwon's voice softened. Get some rest, Simone. Tomorrow I'll bring your documents. Then you can start over. For real this time? She hung up. I couldn't sleep. Kept seeing Tae-hyun's face, hearing his voice. I love you, Simone. Not the contract, not the arrangement. You. Had he meant it? Or was that manipulation too? I'd never know, because he was dead, and I was complicit. The next morning, Ji-won arrived with breakfast and a manila envelope. Your new identity. Passport, driver's license, bank account with $50,000. Everything you need. I opened it. My face. Different name. Canadian citizen. Born in Toronto. Lived in Vancouver. Memorize the details. There's a backstory document. Where you went to school. Your job history. Everything you might be asked. This is too good. Too professional. How did you... I've been doing this for 20 years. Helping women escape. Your mother wasn't the first. Won't be the last. She sat across from me. I know what you're thinking. That I'm using you like everyone else? That this is just another game. Aren't you? Partially. I won't lie. Helping you hurts Yuna. Proves she's losing control. But I also genuinely want you to survive. Those aren't mutually exclusive. Why tell me the truth? Because you've been lied to enough. You deserve honesty. Even uncomfortable honesty. She pulled out a photo. Young woman, black, beautiful. This was my friend, 22 years ago, before I married into this family. Yuna killed her. Made it look like an accident. I couldn't prove it. Couldn't save her. I've been trying to save others ever since. I'm sorry. Don't be sorry. Be smart. Take this identity, this money, this chance, and never look back. What about Yuna? She'll keep hunting me. No, she won't, because I'm going to give her something bigger to worry about. What? The evidence you gave me? I'm not turning it over to authorities. I'm giving it to Yuna's father, my father-in-law, the man she stole $50 million from. Ji-won smiled coldly. He's been looking for proof for years. Now he has it. Yuna will spend the rest of her life running from him. She won't have time to hunt you. You're turning her own family against her. I'm giving her exactly what she's given everyone else. Betrayal, isolation, fear. She'll finally understand what she's put others through. It was ruthless. Perfect. Exactly what Yuna deserved. When? Tonight. By tomorrow, she'll be fleeing Seoul. By next week, she'll be ghost. And you'll be in Vancouver starting your new life. Just like that. After everything. Just like that. Sometimes escape is that simple. You just have to take it. The flight to Vancouver left at midnight. Ji-won's driver took me to the airport through back roads. No highways, no cameras, no trail. Your ticket is business class. Under your new name, everything is arranged. Once you land, take a taxi to this address. She handed me a paper. It's a furnished apartment. First 3 months paid. After that, you're on your own. Why are you doing all this? I told you, I'm paying forward what was given to me. No, there's more. You could have just given me the documents and money, the apartment, the flight arrangements, the detailed exit strategy. This is personal. Ji-won was quiet for a long moment. Then, Yuna killed my friend because of me, because I introduced them, because I trusted my sister-in-law when I shouldn't have. I've spent 20 years trying to fix that mistake. You're alive? That's one I got right. You can't save everyone. I know. but I can save you. That's enough. We arrived at the airport. Private entrance, no security lines, just straight to the gate. This is where I leave you, Ji-won said. Don't contact me. Don't come back to Korea. Don't tell anyone where you are. Just live. Quietly, safely, boringly. What happens to you when Yuna finds out you helped me? She won't. As far as anyone knows, you disappeared on your own. Scared, desperate, running from Taehyun's ghost and Yuna's threats. I'm just the charitable sister-in-law who runs orphanages. You're more than that. I know, but that's the version that keeps me alive. Remember that lesson. Sometimes the best survival strategy is being underestimated. She handed me one last envelope. Open this on the plane, after takeoff, not before. Then she was gone. I boarded, found my seat, waited for takeoff, with my heart hammering. The plane lifted, soul disappeared below me, and with it, 6 months of lies and blood and becoming someone I didn't recognize.